But anyway, 5 lights are on now, and they are out, and away we go here in Hungary for the Hungarian Grand Prix. We're actually gotten a really good start, already leapfrogging Perez, Bottas and Button. Perez is actually going to try and make a move on the car ahead, and Perez is going very slowly, and Sittel's just going to go around the outside of him. So are we as well. He has already pulled away by about a good second actually, but as you can see, going into this next corner, Hulkenberg makes a mistake, runs wide, and we take full advantage of that by going straight round the outside of the Force India. He is exiting the pits now, and he is actually pretty much ahead of us there. Can we actually get ahead of him now? No, because Bottas just gets brilliant traction out of turn 1, and Bottas has made huge gain. However, we're making contact with Alonso. We're actually going to go around the outside of him here. Brilliant battling here between the two Ferraris. This is fantastic stuff going through this corner now. Wow, this is getting so close, and we just about pull off the move round the outside. We're going to come around the final corner now onto the pit straight to finish in 7th place. Hey guys, what is up? It is StockMat1998 here, and I am back with a brand new video. This is part 12 of my F1 2014 career series. We are here in Belgium today for the Belgian Grand Prix at Spa-Francorchamps, and here we are with Freddie Gray's second race, and obviously he's looking to build upon that result that we got in Hungary. Obviously a 7th place finish. We're looking to better that this weekend. As we now skip on into practice, it was wet, and Freddie decided to change his engine, as he didn't really see much point in running in practice. He didn't set a time because the rest of the weekend was set out to be dry, and also we were given an R&D objective. However, it was kind of impossible to complete in the wet conditions, so unfortunately we couldn't complete that, and that means we end up at 22nd in practice. But let's see how qualifying goes. As we now skip into qualifying, we are in Q1 now, and we are currently in 6th position. However, I don't think the time that we set at the moment will be quite good enough to get us into Q2, because I think lots of the AI cars will be improving behind us. Although our time at the moment is really not too bad. It's only 8 tenths, well, we're currently only 8 tenths off Lewis Hamilton's time. I do think the time we set out last time was, did have quite a few mistakes on the lap. I think the bus stop chicane we did kind of mess up a little bit, but in fact, talking of bus stop chicane, that is where we are at now. And we do run a little bit wide on the exit, so really, that was definitely not the best way to take the bus stop chicane. But anyway, opening up DRS now, will this be an improvement? Yes, it will. A 53.9, that puts us in 4th position, and that should be enough to get us into Q2, and indeed it is. But as you can see, we're coming around the final corner in Q2, and we set a 53.1, which we and Freddie thought was good enough to get us into Q3. Sorry, I'm going to lose my words here. But anyway, we're going to come around for another lap. If you didn't think that last lap was quite good enough. But anyway, we're going to open up DRS now, and we are going to set a 52.4, and that should be good enough to get us into Q3 for the Belgian Grand Prix. But unfortunately, it wasn't. As you can see here, we're about to fast forward time, and we dropped down to 10th, and then we dropped down to 11th. And as you can see by the timer, there is no time to go out again. So unfortunately, for the second race in a row, Freddie Gray will be starting in 11th, and he's been knocked out in Q2. So a huge shame, really. Obviously, that this is a lesson to learn, really. Obviously, we did have that problem in Hungary, although in Hungary we really just weren't fast enough. But in this race, we could have gone a little bit quicker. We just thought that the time we'd done already was good enough. But as you can see, we've got another 50% race in our hands, and the strategy is to go option, prime. I think the AI will be doing different strategies, so maybe they'll come into play at the end of the race, but we don't know yet. It depends on how good our start is. But yeah, as you can see now, aerodynamics, we're going to put that down to 4, I think, our front wing angle, because straight on speed is absolutely essential around Spa, obviously, for overtaking. So we're going to have to do a lot of that, because we're starting from 11th. But anyway, wish us luck. So we go down on the grid in 11th place. Actually, our car is actually pointing towards the Force India of Sergio Perez, actually, so we are going to put it down to limit, because we are already -1 lap down in terms of fuel. But anyway, the lights are on now, and they are out here in Spa for the Belgian Grand Prix, and I think we've gotten an okay-ish start, although we do seem to be getting on bus, and we seem to have gotten a pretty poor start, to be honest with you. But then we break a little bit late in some of the cars just ahead of us, and we're down into 11th, although we are out into 10th. I think we'll gain loads of positions here as we're going past both Williamses here. both Williams here, sorry, I'm not D-Man 96 Red Bull. But anyway, moving on from that, we have passed Massa, Button and Bottas. And now going up through Eau Rouge, we should be able to get good slipstream on the cars ahead. How many cars will we be able to pass here? My goodness me, look at how much we're gaining. We're going to pass Vettel, Ricciardo and Alonso here. My God, what is going on? We're going to be up into the into the podium positions already. And this race has barely even started. Alonso's going to try and hang it around the outside. But wow, I've just lost my breath. I've just lost my voice there. Whew, let me have a breather. But anyway, we're up into third after a storming start. That slipstream that we got on the cars ahead of us was just overpowered. I cannot believe what a good start Freddie has had here. And really the aim now is just to try and keep with the two Mercedes guys in front of us who, you know, they were battling on in the first stint. So we kept a pretty good gap to them. But however, Alonso behind, I think it was really Alonso Vettel who were behind us. But as you can see now, we're not getting the best exit through that corner. Alonso does seem to gain on us. I think we do have the potential to pull away from Alonso in the stint, but I believe Alonso is doing a different strategy to us. So I think he'll be running primes in the middle stint while we'll be running options. However, he'll be running options in the final stint and we'll be running prime. So that's when he's going to be right on our tail, although he could pass in this stint, so we don't know that yet. But anyway, coming up the straight now, I think we've got Alonso who's actually going to get the slipstream on us, and he could actually decide to make a move into Blanchiment, although that is very unlike the AI. As you can see, Alonso's still there. He's still there as the two Mercedes guys are beginning to pull away now, and they do have a much better car than the Ferrari. So the Mercedes is a much better car in general, really. As yeah, that was a pretty good first lap, amazing start from Freddie, and really is definitely one of his best starts of the season. And he managed to pass 3 cars in like the space of like half a second there. Absolutely incredible. But anyway, skipping on to lap 6 now, not much really happened. Rosberg and Hamilton did pull away, and we did pull away from Alonso like I predicted. And so Freddie's going to pit in this lap for a set of option tyres, and I believe Hamilton is as well. As you can see that dot on the mini-map there, and as you can see behind us, also on the mini-map, Alonso and Vettel seem to be battling, although they've stopped battling now, and I believe Alonso is going to stay out, although Vettel's going to pit in, as I believe Vettel is doing the same strategy as us. So onto the option tyres now for the middle stint. I believe we're going to take these tyres to about lap 13, then we're going to fit the prime tyres for a final stint, and the pit stop's a good one, 3.7 seconds. And as you can see, I'm not sure whereabouts we're going to rejoin, probably in 9th place by the looks of it, just behind, well actually no, in 8th place actually. Seems like we're going to rejoin just behind Bottas and just in front of Sergio Perez in 9th place. I don't think we'll catch up to these cars before they pit. I think they'll be pitting in this lap. I think that most of them were doing the same strategy as us. But as you can see here, we have actually caught up to Bottas actually at the end of this lap, at the end of this out lap. But as you can see here, Bottas going extremely slowly, and we're actually going to pull off a move here out of the exit of Blanchiment. Really, we had really great slipstream there, really good straight line speed against the Williams. I don't know why the Williams was so poor in a straight line there. As you can see, Daniel Kvyat going into the pits there, along with quite a few other cars, including our teammate Fernando Alonso. And I believe we pulled away from Vettel quite a lot in this in that outlap there. But as you can see now, we are in third, and Hamilton and Rosberg have pretty much pulled away. And really, again, we were sort of on our own in this middle stint because Hamilton pulled away. He was 11.4 seconds ahead of us. Obviously, Rosberg staying out the extra lap actually did manage to leapfrog him ahead of the Mercedes driver Lewis Hamilton. As you can see, the gap behind Vettel, who was on the option tyres for this stint, the opposite to Alonso, who was running in 5th, is 10.2 seconds behind us. So we're going to come in this lap for a set of primes, and so is Hamilton as well. So Freddie is kind of doing the same strategy as the other cars here, and I think that's probably the way to do it, really. Although maybe doing an alternate strategy one race would make things interesting. As you can see, the Red Bull mechanics are also out waiting for Vettel. But we're going to fit the prime tyres. What's the stop going to be? Let me guess. Oh, it's a 3.7 seconds pit stop. But anyway, I think the cars, like Alonso, as you can see, has continued. I think they're going to stay out for another couple of laps. I believe they're taking, they're fitting option tyres for their last pit stop. So they'll be on the option tyres. So will probably come into play, although I think the gap's really too big for them to catch up to us. As you can see, Magnussen in the McLaren has rejoined ahead of us, so we may catch up with him. As you can see now, skipping on to lap 15, a lap later, opening up DRS now, up into 8th gear. Will we be able to get past him here? The straight line speed is really good in this Ferrari, and we cruised past him here. Going down into Lecombe now, and we passed Kevin Magnussen for 5th position here. So really, I've got to say, this race has been a huge success so far. Not a really action-packed race, but as you can see now, we do get onto that horrible curve there out of the exit. I don't know what the corner name is, but anyway, we almost actually crashed into Kevin Magnussen there when we rejoined the track. So not a completely safe rejoin from Freddie there, but as you can see now, Alonso and Ricciardo in the pits. I believe Magnussen staying out for another lap. I don't really know why, as we do skip to pretty much the same point on lap 20. Really, nothing else happened. Alonso was catching us up quite a lot as he was on the option tyres, as we just lapped the Caterham and Marcus Ericsson there. But now skipping on to the final lap, we've got a back marker ahead of us, and as you can see there, on the mini-map, Alonso really did catch up with us. He had so much better pace than we did, obviously because he had less fuel and because he was on the option tyres as well, which are obviously the faster tyres. So we've got to watch out for Alonso here. He's not, I mean, we only got a few corners to go, but Alonso could still come into play. As you can see, we've got a back marker ahead of us who could mess things up for us. I think it might be Bianchi who we're going to lap here. Let's see, is it Bianchi? Yes, it is Bianchi. We go around the outside of him. And in fact, Alonso is very close to us indeed. He's going to get a slipstream here. Will Alonso be able to pull off the move here? We've really had no action in this race, apart from the first lap and obviously this final lap here. Alonso, will he be able to make the move? Is he going to go to the outside as Nico Rosberg wins the Belgian Grand Prix? And Alonso doesn't decide to go for the move. And that does mean, guys, that we are going to take our first podium of the season. Yes, we've gotten a good exit out of the final corner. And Freddie Gray is going to finish on the podium for the first time in his career. Fantastic stuff there from Freddie Gray. A really good drive, a very quiet drive as well, but a brilliant points for the team there. 3rd and 4th place, but obviously the main thing is Freddie's first podium of the season. After a really poor qualifying, it was great to see that Freddie... I think the main determining factor really was the fact that Freddie got a really good start, and that's what gave him the podium position today. But as you can see, in the Drivers' Championship now, we are only just behind Valtteri Bottas now. We are currently in 9th, but as you can see, Ferrari still 3rd in the Constructors' Championship, just behind Red Bull, though. I think we're going to have to do a bit of work to catch up with those Red Bulls, although we did beat both of them today, but let's hope to keep it that way as we go into Italy, into the next race. Let's do the Tifosi Proud, and let's hope for another great result. But anyway, guys, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.